Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so we have the long-awaited Burn the Witch rerun, even though it wasn't even really that long. I think it was literally like 3 months. I want to say it came back in October. I mean, I guess it's not like... they're all conglomerated into one, which is pretty cool. I believe every single Burn the Witch character is on here, unless I'm crazy. And it's such an awkward banner because like there are some top tier characters in here. I still think Balgo is either the first or second best potion farmer for that attribute, depending on if you like Ikaku or not. Macy, one of the best speed units in the entire game. Bruno, I think he's still top 5. He's still very good. There's just so many broken heart characters I can't keep up if he's still top 5. Noel and Ninny, they're good at Limit Breaker and they're good for their respective GQs. If you have a built Ninny, she can actually be pretty good as long as you're able to get the gauge rampage off enough and you have enough recharge. Then she actually does do pretty good damage. Ninny, a good farmer. Bruno is a pretty good heart power DPS. I always think heart is red because it looks like an actual heart, the color, but no. A bit outdated, sadly, but he's still good if you're fairly new or you just don't have any other killer for this week, which I want to say is a wrong card, but I'll go over their kits as we scroll through. Noel, I believe she's also a farmer. I can't remember if she's just potion farmer or super link slot farmers. These two are just outdated. I don't think they're that great. Maybe her if you have her 5-5, but if you have her 5-5, why would you ever summon again? It's such an awkward banner because if you go down below, there is no pity. It is just every 5 steps, guaranteed 5-star, best of luck, have fun. It isn't like the U-Haul and Ichigo banner where the ticket is in the banner image and that's it. It's still just very, very unfortunate that they didn't add pity to reruns, especially like limited time reruns like That Was Your Blood War or Burn the Witch. I think that would have been pretty good. Premium and whatnot, like sure, don't need a pity, but for these kind of banners, I think it would be better, which just incentivizes me to say to skip or just go to the first 5-star pity, see if you get, see if you can just snipe Macy or Bruno and call it. I am not going to be summoning on this banner at all. I just don't have that great of luck with Burn the Witch. I 5-5 Balgo, but that was it. I have a 1-5 Bruno still, a 3-5 Macy, and that's after going 35 steps and then 15 steps on the rerun in Halloween. So yeah, what is that, 50 steps total? Yeah, I mean, I guess I got a bunch of Balgos, but like I much rather would have preferred 5-5ing either Bruno or Macy. So it is what it is. Yeah, as you can see, Ninny is a hollow killer. She has a pretty good kit except for the fact that she has frenzy +1, and then another big gripe is she doesn't start the gauge, or she doesn't have the recharge built into her gauge rampage. That's what it was. Like with her gauge, she has the gauge effect of spiritual pressure boost, and then she has a heal. If this had the recharge like Ichibe, I think she unironically would have been probably second best DPS. I don't know. White is still pretty crazy. I don't know. She would have been much better, basically, to say the least. Damage inflicted on full stamina plus 20%, sharpshooter, devastation, berserker, pretty okay stats. But when you have to take into consideration the extra frenzy +1 she got and berserker +100, if she had frenzy +2 off rip and the recharge, she would have been crazy. So yeah, moving on. Noel, yet again, just I played with her in GQ and I wanted to throw my I wanted to punch my monitor. She only has frenzy +1, no increased chance of proccing status elements. Very unfortunate, I'm not gonna lie. And then the fact that they gave her bombardment and weakened defense when it's like, I don't think we need that now, since I want to say the very hard guild quest was out at this moment, or at the very least they had it like designed and ready to go. So it was very unfortunate they gave both of those. Like, yeah, it's nice, but in that kind of GQ, you don't really need that. You want more SP boost proc, more crowd control, something like that. So giving her a frenzy +2 and then an increased chance of status element against a certain attribute, or simply just against a certain affiliation like Ichigo, would have been much better. So I think she just kind of falls a bit flat. Like, she's still good for her GQ. The Soul Reaper range is Soul Reaper, but other than that, I just, you know, I don't see a lot of use in her. Same thing with Ninny, by the way. I think she's better in other areas than this Noel, but it's like, you know, she mainly strives in Limit Breaker and her respective GQ. Balgo, love this man. I love him. It's unfortunate. He only does have Frenzy +1. It is unfortunate. Yet again, another Frenzy +1 character. But I think he's pretty good for a potion character. Stat SP boost, but he also has the increased chance to proc it against heart attribute enemies, which is a big difference. It's only like a 10% chance, but when you have like 30 enemies on one field, it adds up. Insane farmer. It's heart droplet increase, heart link slot potions, super link slot potions. Very, very nice. But average increased values of 20% berserker, 40% bruiser. He does have bombardment, but in what he wants to do, where he wants to farm, it's actually pretty nice, because then you can, if you have a full Balgo lobby, you can just bombard multiple rooms and just nuke. I don't know how bombardment works in co-op. If you're not the host, I don't know if bombardment actually nukes an entire room or not. I kind of doubt it, because the connection is awful in BBS co-op. But if you're the host, it one-shots a room even at 1 out of 5 without killer, which is pretty crazy. Yeah, Sprinter +2, Sharpshooter, Havoc +20. Wish he had some immunities, but other than that, he's still pretty good. He's a pretty decent character for either the Quincy or Human Duo Quest. I can't remember. He's okay. He's okay. Definitely not preferred, but he's okay. Macy, I think she is an incredible unit. I think she's probably my second favorite speed character in the entire game. My personal favorite. I'm not saying she's the best or the second best. I'm just saying she's my second favorite personal. Number 1 is Unohana. But she has no affiliation killer, squad 0 killer. Really nice strong attack kit. Beautiful animations as well, which didn't really say too much about the others. They all have nice animations. I just really like hers more. She has Frenzy +2, damage to weakened enemies +40%, weakened defense. I wish she had an increased chance against a certain attribute or, you know, affiliation. Would have been pretty darn nice, but either way, I still think she procs her SP boost fairly often enough. So she has damage to weaken +40, damage to paralyze +40, SP boost, team party attribute strong attack recharge -20%. So she was a limit breaker queen when she first dropped. Or limit breaker wasn't even out at that time, but when it did drop, she was the go-to character. She has devastation +40, berserker +40, bruiser +20. She has havoc, sharpshooter, sprinter +1. So yeah, pretty mediocre, or like pretty average. Mediocre sounds mean, but pretty average stat increase. So bruiser, berserker, devastation. Devastation doesn't matter too much, to be honest. Would have liked a bit more berserker. Would be really nice. Maybe get up to 60%, but either way, still a fantabulous character. Love her. Bruno, I'm not the biggest fan of Gauge characters, but I know he is very good. I'll respect him. Just not the biggest fan of it. Skill issue. But he has the berserker value of the gauge. With the gauge effect, you get an extra 100%. And then damage taken seems pretty useless, to be honest. I don't really care for it, because if you get hit one time, you lose full stamina. So kind of useless. Really wish he would have had, you know, maybe an extra frenzy. That would have been insane. Frenzy +3 on him. Get rid of the gauge effect heal. Give him the recharge. Would have been crazy. But he has complete status immunity. The only one, I believe. Frenzy +2, Havoc +20%, Berserker +40, Devastation +40. So, really good character. SP boost of 50%. I wonder when we're going to get a Gauge character with an 80% Gauge effect SP boost. It's going to be crazy. Oh, he does have recharge. I literally missed it. Okay, so he does have Gauge, the strong attack recharge, and he has start Gauge +70%. Oh, that's wild. That's wild. Okay. So never mind, he has like the best Gauge effect, I guess. I don't know what you could actually replace instead of this. Gauge Rampage, maybe? But obviously that was like way later on. They probably were like working on that at the time. But still, very, very good character. Noel, I don't really use that much. She was only 1 out of 5 for me. But she has a double killer, which is very nice. Hollow and no affiliation. Sprinter +1, Havoc 20, Guard Break. Bruiser +20, only a Frenzy +1. She does have an SP boost, and then she has increased status on a chance against power attribute hollows or no affiliation enemies. So it's 2 killers, which is very nice. Unfortunate it's not just against power attribute enemies, so you can bring her into any IT stage, since she does have super link slot potions and link slot potions increase. But still very nice that you can at least bring it into 2 of the ITs. Berserker of 40, Bruiser of 20, Bombardment +1, Frenzy +1. Still a pretty good character overall. A bit unfortunate, but I think if you bring her in and it has the killer advantage, she should do fairly well. I think she should be just fine. I can't remember her strong attack kit, but I want to say she has a pretty good strong attack kit. I could be wrong, but I want to say she does. Could definitely be wrong though. It's been a while since I've actually used her. Ninny, a pretty good IT farmer, Soul Reaper and Noel affiliation killer, very nice, and a recharge rate of 14%, very nice. Sprinter plus 2, Innervator every 5 seconds. She also has Guard Break. Havoc plus 20, Devastation plus 60. That Soul Palm is gonna smack. No Berserker. That is unfortunate. If this was Berserker of at least 40, that would have been way better, to be honest. Increased status ailment chance against Mind, Attributes, Soul Reapers, and no affiliation enemies. So if you bring her in with Killer, very nice. Increased status chance doesn't matter as much in this since she doesn't really have an SP boost, but still very nice. Hit enemy chance, Super Link Slot, and Mind Link Slot Potion plus 5. I don't know when we get the first triple one where we have droplets, potions, and super potions, but still a very good character. I don't think they're worth summoning for though, realistically. And then Bruno, I'm gonna skip over him, not like skip over him, but just say he's good. It's just he's kind of outdated. Does he not have an SP boost? I swear he did. I guess I'm crazy. It's been a while since I've actually used him. But yeah, so no SP boost, Havoc, only Frenzy plus 1, no increased chance. He used to be a pretty good nuker. I know if you had him 5-5 in the hard GQ, he was like one of the best. And then I believe Yamamoto replaced him. I think he was the next best power character, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, still pretty good character, but nowadays just no real place. I never saw this character used at like all. Just probably a way too old a character. I would not summon for her personally at all. I don't think I ever did. I ended up 5-5ing this Noel though, just because I pulled on the first time this banner came around with Bruno, Balgo, and Macy, and I 5-5'd this one. But she has pretty good stats. If only she had an SP boost, that would have been crazy. Or not even like crazy, but would have been really good. Bruiser value of 40, Berserker of 60, Devastation of 60, Recharge 10. They have no innate skills. That's how crazy it is. Soul trait of 20%, Havoc plus 20, so that's pretty nice. Frenzy plus 1, Sprinter plus 1, and Nullify range resistance. I don't know what her strong attack kit is. Just never really played with her that much, but yeah. So like, as I said, like, unless you really need Macy and Bruno, I just don't think it's worth summoning for. I think End of Month is probably going to be better. It has potential to be one of the best farmers in the entire game, because do remember we did get a super potion farmer in the form of Yumachika, so maybe they want to correct their ways and drop a very good link slot farmer for either Mind. I mean, I don't think we need one for Mind right now. Definitely prefer one for Tech or Power for End of Month, because this mid-month banner that we got is pretty good. It's a pretty good mid-month compared to last year's. Last year's was awful. Like, I mean, Renji was a good GQ farmer, or character. Ichigo was a pretty decent farmer in epic raids. I don't think I ever pulled him. And then Rukia was just, had no use. So, yeah, I would personally skip this banner, maybe go 5 steps. It's a good banner, but like, no pity. There's so much fluff that you just don't want. Like, I would not like to pull any of these 5 characters, so that's half the banner gone. Ninny and Noel, they're good, but I wouldn't ever chase dupes for them. Balgo, he's a good farmer, but at the end of the day, I'm not summoning for a farmer. Like, you know, I'm not going to summon for dupes of farmers. Realistically, you're going for these two. Now, if you pull dupes along the way, on the way to the 5th step, very nice. But, you know, as soon as I pull a Macy, or as soon as I pull a Bruno, I'd be like, I'm out of here. But yeah, let me know down below if you guys are going to be summoning. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but you know, that could just be me saying it. But I don't really like to summon on reruns. I didn't summon on the Bambietta banner. I didn't summon on the, that's the same banner, the Quilgi banner. I didn't summon on the Unohana banner. Maybe I chucked a multi or two, but that was like as far as I went. I just don't really care for reruns. I skipped every Safui banner this year besides Gin and Mayuri, their first banner. Well, last year it is. So it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but I just don't like these extra characters being in here. I just think they're too outdated and too old to be worth going potentially 25 steps, you know? Obviously, if you want to, go for it. I'm not going to stop you. If they are your favorite characters, because some people literally only play for Burn the Witch. I've seen it. And if you only play for Burn the Witch, go for it, bro. You want to have fun, go for it. It does not matter. But hopefully you guys get lucky. Hopefully you guys pull them if you do. And yeah, comment down below how many orbs you have. I'm currently at 1,600, and I still have all of Senkaimon left. So we're chilling. Yeah, take Take care and peace out.